What's good, family? It's your boy Chris Sims, co-host of the Praise Radio Show. I'm excited because today I have on the line the one and only, the infamous, hey,
Oh man.
Chris Adams. Uh,
Oh man.
oh man, Chris, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Thank you for that amazing introduction. I appreciate it.
Oh, no doubt, man. Super producers usually, are
Oh man, super producer. Listen, I'm striving. I'm striving every day.
That's good, man. That's good. This is crazy because we've been working together on music for quite some time.
Right.
You've done a
Right.
lot of stuff for me. A lot of stuff people haven't even heard yet. But it's so crazy how we've been working together. It's probably been like maybe the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man.
And this is like we've communicated over the internet or over via text. But this is actually the first time we were speaking. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Speaking exactly. Man. Exactly. It's crazy how things work out like that, you know?
yeah, man. This is crazy. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. So let's get into this, man. Tell us who Chris Adams is. Like, what's your story, man?
Man, listen. Well, thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it. Chris Adams is a father, a husband, a musician, a brother, a son. In a nutshell, but I've been really blessed just since I was 13, man, to produce and to write and to create and make tracks. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'll be 36 in September. I know I don't look like it, thanks. But I'll be I'll be 36 in September, man. So make over 20 years I've really been honing in on my craft. And so I'm a perfectionist. I'm someone who loves God. I'm someone who appreciates every opportunity he's given to share his gift. I mean, I think that I don't take it for granted, that I'm in this seat where I am now, kind of working my way up and, getting to the next levels and all that stuff. I mean, that's just who I am in general.
Nice, man. So so for everyone who doesn't know, Chris Adams, like I said, is super producer. And so what got you started into producing music?
Oh man. Whew. So I mean, of course, with a lot of musician stories, you start off in church. Obviously, I played them. I was I think I was 8 or 9 years old when we were at my church, and I started playing like a first note, and then the second note, and all the other stuff, and then my folks got a keyboard for me. My father, who lives in Jersey, he actually told me one time. He said, "Hey man," because he wasn't in the house at the time. He said, "Hey, why don't you put your music on a tape and send it to me?" And I think at that point, I said, "Man, I love recording music. I love creating it. I love the process it takes. I mean, it's a very tedious process, but I love it. Just really creating and just really being a part of that community of creatives and a part of that community of people who just create something from nothing, from conception, all that stuff. So that's pretty much what got me into it. And of course, you have the people that you look up to, Kirk Franklin and Hezekiah Walker and Kim Burrell. You have those people, and then you kind of look behind those people and say, wait, who is making them sound like that, right? And so it's not so much the art. It wasn't so much the artist for me. It was who is creating that sound. I remember listening to Kim Burrell's "Everlasting Life." I'll never forget this as long as I live. I was telling my kids this the other day, which is funny. I was listening to "Everlasting Life," and the first song on that was "I'll Keep Holding On." And when you played the CD, or back then it was a tape. When you played the tape, it was like a breath of fresh air. Like, I've never heard anything like this before in my life. It made me interested in saying, wait, who is the guy or the woman or whoever behind, Kim Burrell's vocals, behind the music, pushing them like that. And so I think from then on, I became very intrigued in production and producing and being the guy behind the boards, just kind of pushing that sound.
Nice, man. Nice. So I heard you mention Jersey. Is that where you're originally from?
I'm Originally from New Jersey. Yes, I was born in Newark, New Jersey. We moved down to, and I lived in Irvington, but we moved down to North Carolina when I was 7. So I've been a Southern boy most of my life, but my roots are definitely in Jersey.
Nice, nice. Okay. So, are you in church? So you mentioned you started your musical journey in church. Are you like heavily involved in the church now?
I was. So my wife and I moved to Charlotte. We live in Charlotte. Moved to Charlotte about 5 years ago now. Well, back 2014, 6 years ago. Woo. And so we actually started a ministry here. Well, I started with a ministry or helped plan a ministry here. So I was the music director for them for about 4 years, and then we kind of moved on for about a year. But right now we're sitting at home like everybody else, watching TV on I'm watching preaching on TV right now. So yeah, but I was definitely very, very involved. Moving here, I did stems. Stems are kind of like programming, recorded tracks that the band would play to, and I kind of just built the whole infrastructure of the music ministry from the ground up.
Okay, cool. So you and I, we kind of got connected via this awesome site. I don't know if you want to talk about it a little bit. Sound
Sure.
Better.
Yeah. Listen, any chance I have, I talk about them. They changed my life.
Wow. Yeah, let's talk about Sound Better because I thought that was an awesome platform because many people don't know that I had several heart attacks, and so that kind of had me on bed rest, and I couldn't really do much. So like traveling too much and going to studios and stuff like that was like kind of like out of my range for a while. And so
Wow.
being able to have that platform where I can be at home, I can record my ideas and send it to someone,
Yeah.
have someone build up.
Yeah.
That was like extremely beneficial for me. And I'm so
Yeah.
excited that I came across your profile because it's been an incredible experience so
Thank you,
far,
man.
and I believe we'll definitely be working together in the future. So let's talk about Sound Better. Let's talk about your experience on Sound Better and like how you got started with them and what it's like for you now.
Oh man. Yeah. How much time we got, man? Oh man, listen. And I tell the developers those who founded it all the time, man. Like they literally changed my life. I was like you. I think Sound Better came around at a time where I really needed it. I was just a local piano player. I was a local keyboard player for my church. Nothing wrong with that. I was excited. I was happy to do what I did. But I knew there was something more for me. I had always known it. But the problem was I didn't have a lot of major credits to my name.
Okay.
I didn't work with Tasha Cobbs. I didn't work with Kirk. I didn't work with the heavy hitters. Even crossing genres. I didn't work with Jay-Z. I didn't work with Kanye. I didn't do any of that. So starting off with Sound Better, I really, really had to work, and I really had to prove that I was worthy to be up there. So I've been a part of Sound Better for about 4 years, and 300 reviews later, I'm still going strong.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I think the thing that has kept me going was working with people in different cultures. Because you're not just working with someone in New York or North Carolina, you're working with someone in Australia, you're working with someone in Europe, and it's really pushing you to diversify your ear. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, I come from church, so that's all we knew. That's all we knew growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We know that, and sometimes that's all we want to know. But for me, I said, what are people in Switzerland doing? What are people in Finland? How are they listening to music? What are they listening for these days? And so that's what it offered me, the opportunity to really branch out, to branch my sound, and to collaborate around the world.
Nice, man. So we'll talk about Sound Better and talking about creating music. You want to do something for us? You wanna let us hear something something you've been working on, something you've worked on?
Yeah, let me see what I can pull up. I can let you hear like some snippets of stuff I've been working on. I'm actually big shout out to I don't know if you guys know Maurice Griffin. Big shout out to Maurice Griffin. I met him years ago. He was on Sunday's Best, and you know, he's been kind of grinding. But I recently signed on to kind of do his project and do a couple things for him.
Nice.
He's amazing. Actually, I'm gonna let you hear this first. So this guy better too. So his name is, of course, you probably know Bishop Kirby Brown. His manager reached out to me on Sound Better. It was like, hey, you know, I got an artist that I want you to work with. I heard something, you know, they've been kind of talking about you, whatever. And he wouldn't tell me who it was at first. And so I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever. And he said, yeah, it's Bishop Kirby Brown. And because I'm from the North, I'm like, oh, Bishop Kirby Brown with Bishop Hez, all that stuff. So I thought it was pretty cool. But he just released this one right here. He's coming back again. Let's see if I can put it.
It won't be long. Soon we'll be leaving you. It won't be long. Oh no, we'll go when home. At the end of night, count the months and weeks, after weeks have passed, anything we're going home. We're going home.
So that's one of them. I mean, I've worked on a lot of them. So I just only picked a few. I did this one. I co-produced this one with my boy Maji. Big shout out to him. Tyler Little was on Sunday's Best as well, and he came out with a single about a year or two ago called "We Come to Praise Him." It was pretty good. Check it out.
And our enters Thanksgiving days, and for all of the wonderful blessings, I will forever praise your name. Everything you've done for me,
Yeah, we rocked that one out. I got one more for you. I'll rock for you. Let's see here.
That was familiar.
too long, and I cried way too long. Maybe just got me back here. Yes, I've been home, feeling this real.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite records right there. Though.
Wow, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Boy, man.
man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
That is dope, man. Thank you for sharing those, bro. Thank you for sharing those.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Thank you for asking. All that good stuff.
This is exciting, man. So tell what is your creative process like? Where do you begin when you have to work on a project?
I try to start with the top line first. Let me see if I can- I try to start with the top line first. As far as if an artist sends me an idea, I try to build from there. I know, when we were working, you would send me a lot of different ideas with the click track, and that actually helped a lot. So I would just kind of listen to it and kind of create, build or expand, I guess, off of your original idea. So it doesn't work that way with everybody. Unfortunately, some artists like to send me reference tracks. I try to listen to reference tracks and not emulate the sound per se, but just kind of use that as a guideline and just kind of use the top line to create and build the house.
Okay. I know it's as a singer songwriter, you're writing a song, you kind of you grow attached to it. It becomes a part of you, and
Right.
you're passing it on to somebody else and saying, I'm putting it into your hands, to create something, to add something to it. The fear is always, what am I going to get back?
Right. Right. I get it. Yeah.
Is this going to be like something completely, totally out of the ballpark of what I envisioned, and it's a little scary. It's a little scary because I don't know what this is going to be. So how do you approach the sensitive task of discussing changes and rearrangements with an artist?
I like to have a conversation first. I always want to think that this is your baby, right? This is something that you created, but I think, and naturally, it takes two people to create a baby, naturally, right? So I like to approach it as, okay, this is something that this your baby, and you've created this, but I want to take it and mold it, and I want to bring it to maturation, and I want to help you raise it in a way. Because two heads are better than one, obviously, but I always want to be sensitive to what you're saying and what the origins of the song is, and not to take it somewhere else to try to make it sound like the top 40 on the radio, but really take into consideration, okay, what did God place in your heart first? So how can I, for me to convey that message? Obviously it's collaboration. Collaboration can be very scary. It can be very risky, with the wrong people. I've collaborated with a lot of people that I'm like, this don't feel right. This don't sound right. This don't even sound like me. You know what I'm saying? So I think I take a lot of pride in understanding that I've been on the other side of that and knowing how to approach it very, very calmly and very just kind of reassuring you in a way that I'm gonna be here for you and we're gonna collaborate together.
What is one thing every song must have for it to be like a solid song?
For me or in general?
For you and in general.
You have to have some walkaways. You know, when you stop the song, you should be able to still sing it after you stop listening to it.
Gotcha.
Or you just wasted three and a half minutes of my life.
Right.
I you know what I'm saying? Like I can't get that back. So
Right.
if I'm gonna spend 3 minutes listening to your song, it has to be something worth me listening to. So I think the greatest opportunity that I've had, growing up in church is being melodically driven. I'm a melody person. So I hear melodies, that are counter melodies to your melody. And so I try to push them together. And even God gives me like different sounds and different harmonies and all that stuff. I'm like, yo, let's create this movement now. And so we're getting to a place, especially now in music, where melody is coming back. It wasn't really melodically driven a while ago. It was heavy bass, heavy subs, heavy 808s. But now we're really getting back into the melody. And so I think that's something for me, that one song, the one thing that every song has to have is it's got to be melodic.
Gotcha. That's good. Who, in your opinion, is the best music producer working in the industry right
Whew. That's a loaded one. You mean across industries or in gospel, R&B, pop, trap?
Yeah, you're right. That is a loaded question. Let's do gospel.
Okay.
And let's do pop.
Okay. I think right now Trent Phillips is killing the game. Trent Phillips has done Jonathan Nelson. He's done Donnie McClurkin. I mean, his list goes on. But I think for me, this is my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
The one that supersedes every producer in gospel to me is A$AP Ward.
Okay.
A$AP Ward to me is like one of the it is really hard to touch A$AP Ward. It's just, I mean, he's the one that did Kim Burrell. I mean, he's done a lot, but I remember listening to Kim Burrell's the I'll Keep Holding On record, and like this is opening my ears and my mind to something completely different. Like I've never been attached to anything like this before in my life, So A$AP Ward, I mean, not discrediting everybody else. I mean, there's a lot of amazing producers, but A$AP Ward is probably one of the top. I would say pop right now. I want to say that's loaded too, man. I would go as far as saying Calvin Harris. Calvin Harris has done so much for the game, but also has crossed genres. I mean, I look at producers who cross genres, who have kind of defied the odds of the invisible walls that they put up, and I kind of go for that. Of course, there's Timbaland. Of course, there's Pharrell. Of course, there's Mike Will. There's so many to name that are really great.
What's the most challenging, what was the most challenging situation you faced as a producer? It was like,
I think one of the greatest challenges for me is being unique, being myself. There's so many great producers out there, man. And I'm gonna just speak on gospel right now. So many great gospel producers, but there could be a formula that's used to make it sound similar. And that's not what I want. That's not what I wanted to do. I didn't like. I like trap. beats. I like hard hitting subs. I like vocal samples. I like that. So like the one in Patiently Waiting.
Right.
That's something completely out of the element of normal gospel. You know what I'm saying? And so I remember being young and saying, because my mom was strictly religious, like we went to church all the time. We did everything in church. And I said, well, Mom, I want to produce music. Would you look at this as a job or da-da-da? She said, well, I think this is a job. I mean, if this is something that you want to explore it.
Right. And
so that gave me the creative freedom to not just be boxed in, even doing gospel, not just to be boxed in and have this one sound. And so that's kind of the thing that I'm struggling with. And also, I mean, we live in a comparative society to where, oh, Chris Adams sounds like, or Chris Adams, or these sounds like Chris Adams. Like I've been blessed so far to not be compared to anybody. You know what I'm saying? And I want to continue to work at that. I want to continue to be my own self, be unique, to hold those who have made it and to hold other producers on a high pedestal because I look up to them, but I don't want to emulate them.
That's good, man. That's a good word, bro.
Thank you, man.
What's next for you, man? What's up? What's new? What's up?
And I gotta say it again.
What's new for Chris Adams?
Well, I'll be honest with you, man. I got a lot of irons in the fire right now, a lot, and just being prayerful on what to take, just being prayerful on where to go. A couple years ago, I was a Charlotte producer, Now it's kind of reaching beyond the four walls and beyond the city limits. So that's a blessing, but it also takes a lot of prayer. It takes a lot of kind of filtering out what's for you and what's not for you. Some deals that's coming across is like, oh man, I would be a fool not to take that. Right. But then I have to step back and say, have I consulted God? The right move for me. I'm married with kids. I have a big responsibility to them. So, just a lot of different things that I'm juggling. But just keep me in your prayers for that one.
Definitely.
Thank you, man.
So I got to talk about this for a little bit because it's affecting the whole world.
Okay.
Pandemic.
Yeah.
COVID-19. Yeah. This Rona.
Rona be gonna.
Rona be gonna. Has this affected you or your family in any way?
Indirectly, because we know people who have been affected by it.
Right.
We know people who have lost jobs, who can't travel. A lot of my musician friends tour for a living.
Right.
You can't go anywhere, and so they're looking for work, and even just different things like that. I know of a few cases that some people have passed away from it, that's connected to us. So it's affected us, man. It's affected our way of thinking. It's affected just kind of it's like our new normal in a way. It's affected us psychologically as well. So we're still trying to get through it, still trying to pray. I will say in this season though, the remote producer situation has skyrocketed though. I will say that just because people aren't able to connect as much as they used to. Right. They reach out to me via SoundBetter or hit me up on IG or something like that to try to, get there. So, it's definitely done some wonders for me, but, it's still, keep those who are affected heavily in prayer.
Well, bro, I appreciate you jumping on here with me, man, and talking with us today.
Hey, thank you for the opportunity, man. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure, man. My pleasure. Listen, you ever in New York, hit your boy up. Let me know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So this is good. This is Car Chronicles with Chris. Yeah, Chris Sims and Chris Adams. Oh man, this is good, man. I appreciate you, brother. Listen, extend my love and appreciation to your wife and your children. For I'm sure it takes time away from them. You have to sit down at the board and put this music together, and also taking your time out today No, I appreciate it. I don't take it for granted, bro. Appreciate it.
And I appreciate you for even considering me, man. I thank you so much.
No doubt, no doubt. Everybody, Chris Adams. Tell everybody how they can reach you, or where they can find you.
Hey, I tell you what, the easiest way to reach me is on IG at the Chris Adams. Yeah, at the Chris Adams. THEE Chris Adams. Hit me up directly. Let me know what you want to do. I'm ready to link right now.
Awesome. This is good, man. Bro, bless you, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. This is awesome. I appreciate you again.
You as well. Thanks, man. All right, peace.